94.9, a leading station that is a pride to all Yoruba, to all Nigerians. You are doing good, and I appreciate you, and I'm happy and proud to associate with you and your leadership. Thank you.
Every day is another chance to do it all over again.
Get the best of starts on the break of dawn. 32 FM 94.9. From motivationals
To news,
to sports and talk.
we'll give you all you need to make the best of your day.
On the break of dawn. 32 FM 94.9.
Alright, it's glad to have you join us. This is 32 FM 94.9. It's the morning of the 14th of April 2026. We bring you the headlines out of the papers this morning, as always. We'll also do the analysis of the headlines and take your reactions. My name is Kenny Durotsilu. I have the pages of the Punch newspaper, the Premium Times, the Daily Post, the Daily Trust, the Vanguard newspaper, the Nation newspaper, the Guardian, amongst a bunch of papers this morning. We'll start off with the front page of the Daily Trust. Major story: against odds, ADC holds convention. That's the big one in many of the papers this morning. Elsewhere, again, commander soldiers killed in Boko Haram ambush. Import tariff cut on vehicles rise. Others could weaken local production. Experts. Other stories: police arrest 6 officers, 3 others over extortion. Education investment key to taking children off streets. Federal government. Murtala Foundation seeks federal government's action on remaining Chibok girls. 33 suspected terrorists linked to Kwara church attack arrested. 2 startups win £2,000 at the Maiden Climate Innovation Hackathon in Kano. Some other stories here. Owner of convention venue under pressure to eject us. ADC. An MPC funded my lifestyle. Desiani tells UK court. Julie airstrike. Tinubu meets security chiefs. IGP at Aso Rock. Al Connell, 7 soldiers died in fresh Boko Haram attack. I move over to the Punch newspaper. Tinubu moves against terrorists after fresh military casualties. Nigeria's crude output misses OPEC quota 8th straight month. Nasarawa APC stakeholders rally support for Wadada's governorship ambition. Federal government begins payment of doctors' arrears. ADC reps caucus demands INEC chair removal. What one officer told me about IGP Disu. That's something out of the Punch you might be interested in. Some other stories: Abiodun Oshoba, Amusun, Daniel endorse Yayi Ogun APC governorship candidate. Convention venue Rao, Wike dares ADC to prove application. Power subsidy hits 418 billion naira. Losses exceed 300 billion naira. Dangote plans Pan-African IPO for $20 billion refinery. Lagos 2027, Hamzat begins consultations, meets GAC. members. Some stories out of the Metro Plus pages of the Punch. Monarch faults Lagos Palace project on disputed land. Police nab 33 terror suspects. Recover anti-aircraft launcher. 27-year-old Nigerian charged with murder in UK. Politics-related stories out of the Punch. 2027, North is Nigeria's greatest asset. Peter Obi reimagines regional economy. New venue decked in ADC colors ahead of party's convention. No one is stopping opposition from functioning, says presidency. Atiku's suspension a product of Indian hemp smoking, ex-SGF. APC holds ward congresses in Adamawa. Stories there out of the Punch newspaper. From the Daily Post, 2027, Governor Abiodun declares Senator Yayi as successor in Ogun. National Convention ADC secures new venue. Other stories here from the Daily Post. Politics related, 2027, nobody can match my plans for the North. Peter Obi, I switch parties because I don't play transactional politics. Peter Obi, I'll change the North. Peter Obi again, take other ones. Binani faults Adamawa ADC congresses conducted against court order. Adamawa ADC faction suspends Atiku, Beche Lawal. Ohaneze warns against castigating Igbo leaders over Tinubu support. Security agencies launch Operation Comb the Bush in Ekiti. Edmoyin artisans lament double taxation harassment by revenue contractors. EFCC warns banks against unsecured loans. Abia government vows to ensure justice as driver shot by soldier dies. Nigerian government to connect domestic startups with international investors. That's coming from Nimeda. From the Vanguard newspaper, Major 1, Middle East War, how federal government is responding to global economic shock. Edo. Terrorists kill Colonel, 6 soldiers during raid on military base in Borno. Ogun 2027, Governor Abiodun announces Adeola as APC consensus pick. Terrorists kill Colonel, already took that one, but take some other ones here. 2027, Dramas ADC secures last-minute venue for convention. Ogun 2027, Governor Abiodun announces Adeola. Alright, some other headlines here. Benny Sheikh attack situating security agencies. INT'L response. That's an editorial from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Some other stories, politics related. ADC didn't apply to use Eagle Square Velodrome. That's according to Wike. 2027, nobody can do what I intend to do for the North. Peter Obi. 2027, ex-Benue Governor Suswam joins Senate race on APC platform. From the Nation newspaper now, some of the headlines you find. Presidency airstrikes on notorious market deliberate. 14 years after, Edo Council pensioners get gratuity. Just unrest House of Representatives panel to hold peace dialogue today. PTDF screens 2,102 applicants for PhD scholarship in Germany, France, Malaysia. 9 killed in Benue community attack is another headline from the Nation this morning. Police bust kidnap, armed robbery, syndicates nationwide. Adeola becomes Ogun APC consensus candidate as Hamzat holds firm in Lagos. ADC FCT minister in face-off over convention venue. A few headlines from the Guardian newspaper before we go on a commercial break. Insecurity, federal government under pressure over fresh attacks on troops. Airstrike fallout. Ndume seeks urgent rescue of 400 abducted Ngoshe residents. We will take a break for some commercials. When we come back, it'll be time for the analysis of the headlines. Just stay with us.
The average Niger adult get 32 sets of teeth now. We dey here to make you shine am where we be 32 FM 94.9.
Now this mad cash way they know they chat shishi. No be cha cha cha. Now 𝐿 smart cash. Steady on my lane, every payment seamless. No hidden charges, everything transparent. Star 939 hash oh yeah, clock it. No be cha cha cha, I'm on a zero charges. I'm on a zero charge.
Zero charge if you testify. No be cha.
Every transfer smooth, no extra billing, no shit.
No be cha.
Smart cash, that the way evidence stay, oh shit.
No be cha.
No be cha. No be cha.
Is it okay to make fun of our tooth gap? Let's have a talk. Colgate makes your teeth so strong. Stop cover your mouth. Not to do yanga with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Zero cavities and fresh breath. If you use a Colgate paste. Not to do yanga with your smile. Brush your teeth with Colgate. Colgate, #1 oral care brand in the world.
Last boss. Enter with your change, oh.
Driver, wait oh. Tunde, do fast now.
Boss, no fit leave us, Joe.
Make we bet.
Time no dey wait for person, oh. Now why for Betano, everything are sharp. Play, cash out, and win big. Download the Betano app on Google Play or Apple Store, or visit betano.ng to start playing. Only for persons above 18. Bet responsibly. Terms and conditions apply. Betano.
Win from over 80 million naira in cash and exciting prizes in the Golden Hunt promo.
This promo, there's no need for advert anymore.
Because
my mom alone can hunt down any gist. How much more 80 million naira in prizes with the whole family involved?
Naija, let the Golden Hunt begin. Just buy any Golden Morn Golden Hunt 30 gram or 45 gram promo pack. Look inside for a unique code and dial *8011*1# for a chance to win big. Promo ends April 15, 2026. Golden Morn. Make every day golden.
Láti ọdún 1960 ni a ti ń kọ́lé. Ṣùgbọ́n tayọ àwọn ọ̀nà àti afárá a kó àwọn èròǹgbà láti sopọ̀ ní ìletò gbogbo jákèjádò.
Èèyàn mi, èdè wa tilẹ̀ yàtọ̀, ìrẹsì jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù so wá pọ̀.
Tayọ àwọn ibùgbé a kó ìbáṣepọ̀ láàrin àwọn ẹbí, ọ̀rẹ́ àti ará.
Ìyá mi, ìyá àgbà àti bàbá àgbà ti dé o.
Pẹ̀lú àjọṣepọ̀ àwa àti yín, a ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ àwọn ìpìlẹ̀ àná àti òní. Pẹ̀lú àgbájọ ọwọ́, ó dájú pé a ó ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ àwọn ohun tó kàn. Lafarge, ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Washington, àtayọ ilé kíkọ́ nìkan.
Give it up for my DJ.
The hits are here.
32 FM 94.9.
All right, thank you for staying there with us. 32 FM 94.9. It's time to delve into the analysis of the headlines on the Papers Review this morning. I'm Kenny Durotilu. Joining me for the analysis is Mr. Femi Ulukole. Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much, Kenny. Good morning to you, and I greet our listeners too. Good morning to you all.
All right, we'll start off with this one. ADC gets new venue for convention. It's a story that's plastered the pages of many of the papers this morning. We hear the ADC has gotten its venue finally against all odds. That's how the Daily Trust put that particular headline. That convention is scheduled to hold today in Abuja. Apparently, the party we hear formally approached the office of the FCT minister 𝐒𝐿 seeking approval to use Eagle Square, which received no response, despite an acknowledgement. Wike has said that he didn't receive any letter of approval, but the seal of the minister's office is said to be on a letter indicating the office of the minister had received the letter. We also hear that private event centers in Abuja turned the ADC down as well. Mr. Femi, what do you think is going on here? Who's denying the ADC venue for its convention?
You know, I've always said it that those who destroy this country are Christians and Muslims. Because when you look at traditional religion operators, you hardly hear their names in the top seat of it that we witness in this country. Somebody may come this morning, somebody who is religious this morning may say, what am I talking about? Sincerely, those who profess Christianity and Islam are the major problems of this country. Now, for me, when I saw that story, I was so sorry for myself and for my nation. It is not possible for that party, ADC, to tell lie against itself. The normal thing is that when you want to use a facility that doesn't belong to you, that belongs to all, you must know that some people are in charge, and then you must apply. So this party said it applied to use Eagle Square, it applied to use MKO Stadium in Abuja, both in Abuja. And there was an acknowledgement of the receipt of the application by the office of FCT. And there was a funeral silence from that office. And then somebody in the name of Wike came out to say that they did not apply. And later we learned that the hotel, at the end of the day, they went for an event center. And the owner of the event center said there had been too much pressure on him to eject the application of ADC.
Right.
So, and what troubles me is that on Sunday you see those people in churches singing to who? Praying to who? You see them in the mosque on Friday saying Allahu Akbar, bending down, standing up. To who? So if there is a God in heaven who hates injustice, who hates this lackadaisical attitude, then they must know that they cannot go with it. They cannot go with it. They will surely be punished. We have gotten enough of trouble in this country. What is in it? When the PDP wanted, Wike's PDP wanted to use Eagle Square, there was no problem. Now, if you say, okay, they did not apply, you didn't see the application, what about the owner of that event center crying out that there is too much pressure on him to eject ADC?
Right.
If this is a democracy, I mean, allow them to do their thing. Anybody that is sanctioned by God to win election and rule this country will win and eventually rule. For you to be distorting, to be disturbing the peace of the nation and then be disturbing progress of other parties, it is not what we need in this country. We are not in a democracy.
How unhealthy is that? Because the owner of that venue, according to the ADC, the owner was allegedly threatened with the revocation of his operational license. How unhealthy is this for our politics?
That's what I'm saying, Kenny. It is very, very unhealthy. It is very, very unhealthy. You disallow them from using Eagle Square. You disallow them from using MKO Stadium. That means you don't want them to hold that convention. Yes, the convention may have a question mark because INEC is likely not to be present at that convention because INEC says it doesn't recognize them. And they are already in court. So it may have a question mark. But you are not court and you are not INEC. And they applied. Why don't you allow them to use? If they are going to, if that the outcome of that convention is going to be rejected, you are not court. You leave that one to the courts. Leave that one to INEC. So yours is to grant their application and let them use the facility. It belongs to all of us. So I don't see that one as a commonsensical attitude at all. It is wickedness. And these people must know that they are just there for the meantime. They are not going to be there permanently. These facilities belong to Nigerians. And Nigerians have applied, irrespective of the party they belong to. They have applied for the usage of the facility, and then you have turned them down, and now you are pressuring privately owned facility that it should not allow them to use it. So it is wrong. It is wrong, and it is unfortunate that on Friday you see them in the mosque, on Sunday you see them in the church. It's most unfortunate.
All right, this one from the Punch says Tinubu moves against terrorists after fresh military casualties. President Bola Tinubu on Monday held a closed-door meeting with the Chief of Defense Staff and a French general at the presidential villa. Abuja. The meeting with the French officer comes 3 weeks after the president announced that France had agreed to supply military equipment and training to Nigerian forces battling insurgency at the northeast. Mr. Femi, the Punch says the president moves, so is moving against the terrorists. Is this movement enough for you? Is it in the right direction as well?
Well, I think the problem we have in this country is not the incapability of our military. I don't believe our military are not capable. And currently, I've not heard that the insurgents, the terrorists, are using airplane to fight. Yes, I've heard that they use drones, but they have not started using airplane, warplanes to fight. So that means we still have edge over them. And when it comes to combat, I don't believe that they are capable more than our grand military. I don't believe so. But the problem we have in this country is religion and ethnicity. That is what is festering the problem of terrorism in this country. That some Americans are here, some French people are coming here, is immaterial. Except those ones don't go the way of our military, because within the military circle we have sympathizers to the cause of the terrorists who are from the geographic area the terrorists come from, who profess the same religion the terrorists are professing, who have hidden agenda, because the terrorists have hidden agenda. You know, I've been saying it. They have hidden agenda, and this hidden agenda is sustained by some interests, particularly in the north. So, except those French soldiers and American soldiers are going to behave the way those mercenaries from South Africa behaved when Jonathan brought them in. You know, Jonathan postponed the election by a month or so, and he brought in mercenaries from South Africa to come and fight these terrorists. And they did. They cleaned the entire Borno state to the extent that we had elections that didn't have any hiccup in that place. And they even confessed, the mercenaries confessed that they were almost winning the war completely when Buhari came in, and Buhari terminated the contract and sent them away. And then those people resumed. So it is most unfortunate that the Bola Tinubu administration had allowed so many Nigerians to be killed, so many Nigerians to be maimed, so many Nigerians to be homeless, and so many Nigerians are in IDP camps. Before thinking about French to come and help us, that he has thought about it is a welcome development. I give thumb up for him, and I need him to consult other nations who could help us, because we need peace in this country. If there is no peace, there can never be development. But the fact of the matter is that it is not incapability of our military that is the major problem here. It is the religion and the ethnicity that is our problem. And those terrorists are being sponsored, being supported by some people there in the north and some external factors, some countries outside this country. They are supporting these terrorists. So if we have new faces, that is the French and the Americans, if we have them to tackle them headlong, you see that they will win them, except they don't take briefs from our military. If they do, the saboteurs, the empire wreckers among them will mislead those people. and then they won't be able to win.
All right, Nigerian Army confirms killing of Colonel, 6 soldiers in Borno attack. The Nigerian Army has confirmed the killing of a commanding officer and 6 other soldiers following a terrorist attack on a military location in Mongudo, Borno State. In a statement issued on Monday, the spokesperson for Operation Hadinkai said troops of Sector 3 of the operation came under what he described as an isolated infiltration attack. Mr. Femi, your reaction to this? More officers lost in this long-standing fight against terrorism.
Yesterday, I was looking at the video clip sent to me by somebody about the last days of that Brigadier General Brahima. I was shocked and I was very, very sad. So when I read the story of the killing of the colonel and the 6 other soldiers, it was like somebody putting salt upon an injury to me. And the question I ask myself is that for how long shall we be losing our officers and men before Nigeria does the needful? For how long? Because let's take it from the angle of the officers. Before you become an officer in Nigerian Army, you have undergone a lot of trainings, and Nigeria has spent a lot of money on you. And then, whether you are an officer, or you are men of the military, the fact of the matter is that you belong to some parents, one man, one woman, and then you are the husband of a particular woman. You are the father of certain children. You are the brother of certain people. You are the younger brother of certain people, and then you belong to a family. So probably you belong to a church, you belong to a mosque. People who know you, they will say, this is a man, and who exchange pleasantries with you. Those people have been robbed of your presence, of your existence, apart from the larger robbery that had been done to us as a nation. You see, so it pains me when we lose people needlessly like that. Yes, we know that anybody who decides to go into military has signed that, yes, if he leaves, good. If he doesn't leave, it's all well and good. But the fact of the matter is that this death is needless. So this is not a conventional war. Yes, but honestly, if anybody says this is not a war, that person is kidding. It's a war, but it's not a conventional war. And I have no doubt in my mind that our military is capable of doing this, implementing this war. But we have, like I said earlier, empire wreckers among them, and we have people who have sinister motive, supporting these terrorists, giving us problems. So Tinubu seems to know what not. Seems to know nothing about this war. He doesn't know what to do. But it is so good that he has contracted the French to help. It's so good that Trump says he wants to help, but Trump has more than what he can chew in his mouth now with the war in Iran. So he may hardly have time for us. But that Tinubu has gone to French is good. It's good. So it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate. I commiserate with the families of those soldiers, because they are the ones that have lost human beings. Nigeria, when Nigeria says it has lost soldiers, it's just like a needle dropping into the ocean. Nobody cares. Life continues, but the families know that they have lost their own people.
All right, this week is the 12-year anniversary of the Chibok kidnapping, an incident that, of course, made headlines worldwide. Whilst many of the 275 girls have escaped or have been released, around 100 still remain missing. Families and mothers, we hear reports, have said that the worst thing about this whole incident is the uncertainty. I'd just like you to speak about the Chibok situation as it stands now.
I just believe that Nigeria should just forget about it, because those Chibok girls are now Chibok women. They have become mothers of several children for the terrorists. So they are not Chibok girls that we were talking about in those days, that we wanted them to get educated. they have been polluted by those terrorists. Like Leah Sharibu, who is said to have gotten about 4 children for about 3 men. So they are no longer what they were. I mean, we had one of them who was rescued, who said, I want to go back to the forest too because I cannot leave my husband. You can just imagine. So they are no longer what they used to be. So, well, I'm not saying that they should not be rescued. They should be. But that we are talking about Chibok girls, we should be talking about Chibok women who are now wives of terrorists. Because Nigeria did not rescue them when they were to be rescued. So they have become another thing entirely. So let's not waste our time. The only thing is that we should ensure that we get them rescued and that we don't allow more people to be stolen into the forest by these irresponsible elements.
All right, do stay with us. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Happiness is a choice that we want you to make always. Choose to be happy. Choose 32 FM 94.9 Ibadan.
TNM Media Academy pọ́dún méje o. àdásílẹ̀ tọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó gbàmọ́ nbẹ̀ tí ń ṣe dáadáa nínú ayé pẹ̀lú ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ lórí ìjàsà ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ 777 is the number. TNM tọ́tẹ̀lẹ́gbẹ̀ yòókù yọ ọdún keje rèé tólúwa ti ṣínà ayọ̀ lórí ìmọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ bá a ṣe gbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́. TNM Media Academy College of Media and Management Studies àǹfààní tó ti ṣí sílẹ̀ o fún ìgbaniwọlé lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ fún gbogbo akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tuntun tó fẹ́ wọlé gbàmọ̀ níbẹ̀ 105,000 lówó school fees tẹ́lẹ̀ torí àjọ̀dún ọdún keje tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ la fi jáwọ́ sí 77,000 naira fún àsìkò yìí nìkan ni o. April 17, 2026 làǹfààní yìí ó káàdì ẹgbẹ̀rún méje lówó fọ́ọ̀mù ìgbaniwọlé o. ẹ̀ka ètò ẹ̀kọ́ níbẹ̀ ni wọ́n yí broadcast presentation single and documentary production public speaking and event anchoring MC client relations management digital content creation gba fọ́ọ̀mù telephone 08122221749 tàbí 09079002636 máa lọ sòsé sí ẹgbẹ́ everyday kitchen ẹlẹ́yẹlé junction ẹlẹ́yẹlé Ìbàdàn TNM pọ́dún méje o ìmọ̀ ń tẹ̀síwájú.
OneXBet, where sports come alive. Join the game on promo on the site or app. Win an iPhone 16 and cash prizes up to 750,000 naira. Enter promo code Nigeria on and boost your game. OneXBet, game on, together in the game. Bet responsibly. 18 plus. T's and C's apply.
Jẹ́ nínú ẹ̀bùn owó tó lé ní 80 million naira àtàwọn ẹ̀bùn míì tó jojú ní gbèsè nínú ìdíje Golden Hunt promo yìí.
Kò yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ìkéde yìí mọ́ rárá. Pàápàá tó tún ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀bùn owó tó jẹ́ 80 million naira àti ẹ̀bùn mìíràn tí wọ́n tún mẹ́nu bà.
Kí ló dé tó fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀?
Nítorí pé ìyá mi nìkan ti tó láti wá díẹ̀ tó tún lọ́rọ̀ owó tó jẹ́ 80 million naira nínú.
ẹ jẹ́ kí ìṣàwárí náà bẹ̀rẹ̀. ẹ ṣáà ti ra yálà òdiwọ̀n 30 gram àti 45 gram golden mon golden hunt tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́. ẹ yẹnu rẹ̀ wò fún nọ́mbà àrà ọ̀tọ̀ kan kí ẹ sì tẹ *8011*1# kẹ́lẹ̀ ní àǹfààní àti jẹ̀bù ńlá. promo parí ní April 15, 2026. golden mon jẹ́ kí gbogbo ọjọ́ ó dàbí wúrà.
Yẹ̀ló Ìbàdàn ìdíje MTN Champs ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹrin rẹ̀ ti balẹ̀ gùdẹ̀. ẹ wá fojú lóúnjẹ bí a ó ṣe máa ṣàwárí àwọn ẹ̀bùn tuntun orí ọ̀dàn nínú eré sísá ìfòfífò àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ní pápá ìṣeré Lẹ́kan Sàlámì Àdámàsìgbà Ìbàdàn láàrin ọjọ́ 14 sí ọjọ́ 17 oṣù kẹrin ọdún yìí lèrúkọ àfi máa ta lálá ẹbí ọ̀rẹ́ àti ojúlùmọ̀ ẹ má gbẹ̀yìn o ẹ lọ sórí mtnchamps.com fún àlàyé kíkún.
Láti ọdún 1960 ni a ti ń kọ́lé. Tayọ àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́, a kọ́ àwùjọ, iṣẹ́ ọpọlọ àti ìdàgbàsókè orílẹ̀-èdè. Tayọ àwọn ilé ìwòsàn, a kọ́ àwọn agbègbè tó ní àlàáfíà tó sì dá múṣẹ́múṣẹ́. Tayọ àwọn ibùdó ìdárayá, a kọ́ ìnífẹ̀ẹ́sí àti ìmúlòkùnkúndùn orílẹ̀-èdè. Pẹ̀lú àjọṣepọ̀ àwa àti yín, a ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ àwọn ìpìlẹ̀ àná àti òní. Pẹ̀lú àgbájọ ọwọ́, ó dájú pé a ó ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ àwọn ohun tó kàn. Lafarge, ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ Washin, àtayọ ilé kíkọ́ nìkan.
Is that Alfie playing football in the rain? It's Tobichio. My goodness. When did he grow up? That's it with kids, though.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
Over the air or over the counter, we're the best medicine you can get.
32 FM 94.9.
All right, glad to have you back with us. 32 FM 94.9, the Papers Review. We're still doing the analysis of the headlines. Mr. Femi Olukunle still here with us. We have this report out of the Daily Post 2027. Present Muslims if you want our votes in Southwest. Murik tells APC, PDP, ADC, others. The Muslim rights concern has advised political parties seeking the votes of Muslims in the Southwest to present them as their candidates in the 2027 general elections. Murik specifically advised political parties such as the APC, PDP, ADC, and others to present Muslims as gubernatorial candidates in Oyo, Lagos, Ekiti, Ogun, Ondo states. The organization added that political parties that fail to field Muslims as their candidates should not expect votes from the Muslims. I'll take a quote from the executive director of Murik. It says, although Muslims constitute the majority in Yoruba land, the political leadership space of the region has been hijacked by Yoruba Christians since 2023. No single space was left for Yoruba Muslims. Sanwo-Olu seized Lagos. Abiodun commandeered Ogun. Makinde took Oyo by storm, while Adeleke wrestled Osun from Isiaka Oyetola. It was exclusivity per excellence with Muslims as mere onlookers, while our common patrimony was shared behind our backs. Mr. Femi, your reaction to this one? Any validity to what is being said here? And as a voter yourself, what are you looking at when considering candidates? Are you looking at their capabilities in governance or their religion?
I am so happy that the voters are wiser than the man who calls himself Akintola, who is talking here. Because anytime he talks in the name of Murik, he misses the target. He will be in Lagos there, be talking about what is happening in Sokoto, what is happening in Safara, what is happening in Maiduguri, just creating problems for this country. The voters in this country are wiser. In fact, let me say, the voters in Southwest are wiser than him, than Professor Akintola, as he calls himself. Because he likes fishing in troubled waters. Voters don't, on ballot paper, they don't tell anybody your religion. You just cast your vote and go. And those who contest, that is why I don't like this consensus candidacy. I like people to go out and contest, see whether they have weight that is potent enough for the office they are contesting. So nobody thinks about your religion, where you come from. They think about your capability and your financial muscle to run for the office, and not religion. So for him to be bringing religion to our midst now, he wants to create problem for us in Southwest, and God will not allow him to do that. Because I've been following him, I've discovered that whenever he talks anyhow in such a way that can inflame the nation. So we are enjoying relative peace in Southwest without any religion. Nobody is disturbed from having his religion. Now, why must you say that you will not vote, Muslim in Southwest will not vote for any Christian candidate? He is not speaking for the Muslim brothers and sisters we have in Southwest. He's speaking for himself and people in his cocoon, and not the entire Southwest Muslims. So because he can talk anything, and he will talk according to the grants he collects from those countries that sponsor him. So I don't want him to give us trouble in Southwest. We are enjoying relative peace here. So
do you think it's an attempt at staying relevant from Murik?
He has always done that. He wants to be relevant. He wants his voice to be heard, and that is why he talks anyhow. He makes his voice to travel to the farthest part of this country. I mean, northern part of the country. So, and unfortunately, when he talks, you see holes. You pick holes in whatever he says. And if somebody says he's a professor, I don't know whether he's a professor. I don't know the university he went, and I don't know if he's a lecturer. I don't know where he's lecturing. But the fact of the matter is that when you call yourself a professor, it should be seen in you. It should reflect in you. that scholarship should reflect in you and in your thinking. So it's most unfortunate that we have people like this. So I know that it's not speaking for the generality of Muslims in southwestern part of the country. We don't say anybody should be a Muslim should not be a governor, and we don't say a Christian should not be a governor. It's a function of whoever has the clouds to do the work. We are not talking about religion this time around. We are talking about capability.
All right, Ogun State Governor Dr. Abiodun has announced Senator Solomon Adeola, popularly known as Yayi, as the consensus candidate of the APC for the 2027 governorship election in the state. Abiodun made the declaration on Monday during a strategic caucus meeting attended by party leaders and stakeholders, where discussions focused on succession planning and preparations ahead of the next election cycle. Mr. Femi, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think I said something that is similar to what you have just said, the story you have just read out now, that they presented Solomon Adeola as consensus candidate for APC. It is very, very wrong. Yes, it is a mixture of sadness and joy. Joy in the sense that Solomon Adeola comes from Yewa side of the state, and Ogun State is 50 years old now. And since the establishment of Ogun State, no Yewa man has ever ruled Ogun State. That is not good enough. And I was even surprised during the time of Gbenga Daniel, one elderly man, one who had political weight, the man is late now, had political weight, told Gbenga Daniel that Gbenga Daniel should go for the second term because the Egbado people, the Yewa people, were not rich enough, they were not mature enough to rule Ogun State. I think that was a careless statement. It pained me then. So because it subordinated the ability of the Yewa people to rule Ogun State. So now that Solomon Adeola Yayi has been given the nod to rule, I think it's a welcome development. At least that we are going to have, provided they win, we are going to have somebody from that area to rule Ogun State. But to say he came out by consensus is wrong, because they have not allowed everyone in APC who has interest in the governance of Ogun State to prove his mettle, his or her mettle. So they just picked somebody because, according to what I read, President Tinubu said Yayi should be, and then Gbenga Daniel, Amosun, Abiodun is the current governor, Segun Oshoba, former governor, all those former governors, they don't have any option other than to say to lie behind the president, because Napoleon is always right. So it's not good to give us consensus candidates. And just like I'm hearing here that this same President Tinubu has said that Sharafadin Ali should be the consensus candidate for Oyo State. It is not good. We have so many people in APC who say they want to contest. Let them contest and let the finest of them emerge for the office. But to give us consensus candidates, if that person fails, then who do we blame? Who do we blame? So consensus candidacy is wrong. It's a way to cheat the masses.
All right, let's have you speak on comments from Peter Obi, Mr. Femi. He has said that no other contender can match his plans for transforming northern Nigeria ahead of the 2027 election. The headline is "Nobody can do what I intend to do for the north." That's him. I'll take a quote. "I'll change the north. Our greatest asset is in the north. The vast uncultivated land is our future. We can make more money from agriculture excuse me, than we make from oil, and that we have to start doing that immediately." Peter Obi.
The Yoruba people say the land that is not yet utilized is a senior to the land that is already utilized. Cocoa House is the tallest building in Oyo State, and there is no building in Oyo State that is as beautiful as Cocoa House, and it is the tallest. But a virgin land that has not been cultivated, that has not been used, that has not been turned into a building is a senior to Cocoa House, because we don't know what they are going to build upon it. So that is why Yoruba people say that that a land that is unused is a senior to the one that is already used. Now, for Peter Obi to say that nobody has the kind of interest he has in the north, the plans that the intentions he has to develop the north, nobody has that kind of plans. It's a lie, because you only know what you want to do. You don't know what others want to do. You don't know what others may do. Others may do better than you. So for you to say that nobody has a plan better than the plans you have for the development of the north, I see it as an arrogance. It is arrogance. So he shouldn't have said that. So I don't believe. It is when he has done it and probably nobody has matched what he has done, or nobody moves near him, then we can say that he has truly exhibited interest in the north. But for him to say that nobody, what does he know that others are thinking about? So I don't believe.
All right, you open the phone lines now. Let's have your thoughts on the headlines. 0705 5949, 0809 7949, and 0906 2949. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. What's your name, please? All right, do try and call us back. 0705 5949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Welcome.
I'm greeting Idafemi local proprietors and on that platform. You see, it's a good news. It is normal for a man. Self-glory. You see, self-exoneration, self-appraisal is good, as a matter of fact. But you may have intention to do good things. But environment may waylay you, may delay you, may not give you the chance to have it, to implement the intention you are having to do. So, as the Davemolukule, let us leave Peter Obi. He may, as a matter of fact. But the environment we are, do we? Because the situation or the fundament of this particular country, you may have good intention, but the environment we lack a noble environment. That is the cause, that is the fundamental. And if the environment is not yet born in Nigeria, as a matter of fact, that's really on my concentration. Because you are any morning, sir.
All right, thank you very much. I'll take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my brother.
Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Ade from UI. Well, on ADC, whoever that, when I see them campaigning, it's funny to me. Even I told a friend of mine who was in the Ondo Assembly that I joined them. I said, because you don't know how they used to pick their candidates. That's not where I'm going. I want to pray for analysis, on his analysis on the killings of our soldiers and the religious meaning to it. I've always been saying it. If we say the truth, we'll die. If we don't say the truth, we'll die. Let me tell you, this killing has religious meaning. Let me say this. When these people that are killing, terrorists, when they call their names, there is a particular religion they attach to it. And none of them has ever denied that, okay, don't attach to this thing. That's number one. My brother, in 2023, when they bring that same religion, ticket, in this country, do we reject it? Are we not going to see affect it again? That is the problem. That's what is making those, because those who are illiterate, the English source in the south, we know that it doesn't mean. But those who, by the time they hear that ticket, they believe they are the the country. Until we change that ticket, the killing will continue. That's how the best of it.
Take another one. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay. Again, the phone line 0705 5949, 0906 2949. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Ruth calling from Alakia.
All right, go ahead.
That's the issue of insecurity. The government failure to stop insecurity is really unacceptable. Because every day without action from the government puts more innocent life at risk. The government must keep the security force properly and allow state policing. Because security must be treated as a matter of urgency, not just talk and talk. Because we are tired of all this talk of a thing. What we want from them is action. Good morning, sir.
All right, thank you very much for your time. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. This is okay.
Good morning, okay.
Good morning, sir. Yes, Nigeria actually needs help in any way and every way that we can to sort this banditry and all this. But the question is, Kenny, we all know about the Sahel region and France, what an effect in those areas. Chad, Mali, and all those. Is it not actually France that has been helping them? What has actually come out of those particular places? With all due respect, I actually feel we should have been looking towards like Russia, because as far as I'm concerned, France has a vested interest in this whole issue. So I don't think what this our glorifying and being rejoicing that France has come to help. I wonder what will really come out of it. Please take note of the Sahel region I'm talking about. Check this particular banditry rampant there. Nothing has really changed in those. In fact, that is even where it infected us. And France has been actually in that place. Good morning. It's okay.
All right, thank you, okay, for your time. Again, the phone line 0705 500949 0906 200949. We're live on Facebook. That's at 32FM 949 Ibadan on the Facebook this morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Welcome.
My name is Ayo from Ibadan.
All right, go ahead.
Concerning what Peter Obi said, that what we have for the North, I laugh when I hear this. Somebody that went to the Kaduna, when he came back, he told us that the cleric, the Muslim cleric that hosted him, had been arrested at the place. And we later discovered that it was a pure lie. What plan did he have for the youth? What have they done for the youth? Because for talking of the North, this one cannot be taken serious. Thank you.
All right, thank you. 0705 500949 0906 200949. I'll take some comments on Facebook. On Facebook, I have this one from Rosa Diola. The government should refrain from politicizing the welfare and security of ordinary Nigerians. Lasting solution to insurgency cannot be achieved by extending amnesty to those responsible for such acts. Nigerians deserve to live a safe and secure environment. Okay, I'll take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
This is Prince Bumi Adefosi calling from Akwata. Great day, brilliant channel. Regarding security, as we all know that security is good. I will not rest until the federal government give us state police and let them remove their hands from it. Enough of giving state government 60% and then will be in charge of the 40%. We don't want such. All what federal government has been handled is not working. So let the state government share this responsibility as well. Let them be in total control of state police. That's my submission. Good morning.
All right, thank you very much. Omade Adekunle on Facebook writes, the rate at which politicians are defecting to the ruling party shows that many are selfish and are more interested in power than in serving the people. This weakens opposition and threatens democracy. Nigeria needs strong, credible alternatives, not one-party dominance. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Kenny.
Good morning.
This is Indamari calling from Apata. Good morning, Edelukunle.
Good morning, brother.
Edelukunle, please, at the end of my discussion, I want you to please define what democracy really is for me. And the reason why I ask that question is that I don't know the reason why ADC, don't allow ADC to have an access to Eagle Square in Abuja. Because as in Nigeria, I don't know. Eagle Square is a Nigeria property. ADC, they are Nigerian. So I don't know on what ground. And we are talking about democracy. We are talking about oneness. So, and Wike was even saying yesterday that I didn't collect a letter from ADC. And somebody said they have a...
Hello, Gwenga. Hello. All right. Please try and call us back to finish up your submission there. Back to Facebook. Suleiman Sharif says, regarding the ADC convention, with all the 31 governors, APC is still afraid of the opposition parties. The allegation by ADC is quite serious, and it's true. And if it's true, rather, it raises concern about political interference and the shrinking space for opposition activities. In a democratic setting, all parties should have equal freedom to assemble and hold lawful events without intimidation or under pressure. Once again, the phone line 0705 500949 0906 200949. This one from Samson Ademowago on Facebook says, administration of President Bola Tinubu has failed on security, and it's a shame for us to be hearing the killings of our soldiers instead of the bandits that are killing the innocent citizens. Thank you very much for that comment. Mr. Femi, I'd like you to react to this story. Sarah asking excuse me, the National Assembly to probe allegations against the INEC chairman. Sarah called on the National Assembly to investigate the X accounts allegedly owned by the chairman of INEC, Josh Amupiton.
Yes, there is nobody in this country that is above the law, not even the president of the country. It's most unfortunate that so many things the president has done against the law and he has gone away with it. If it were in a Senate climb, I mean, it would be probed. So when some people, a group of people say that the INEC man should be, the chairman should be probed, I think it's a welcome development. It's not above the law. They may have doctored that account. They may have done whatever they like with it, but the fact remains that people have the content of that account, the original content of the account with them. And then that is the more reason the man should be probed. So if it were a nation that is serious, by now, they don't even need any prompting. By now, they should have instituted a committee to probe that man. And that man himself should have even stepped aside. So, but here we are shameless. I mean, anything goes. So that is why people are now reminding government that the man should be probed. Anybody that carries the weight of people's trust should be seen to be above board. You should not be seen to be doing anything. Look at what is happening in Osun now. They have transferred the INEC, the resident electoral commissioner there, to Ondo State on the strength of the petition written by a particular party that the man is doing something. Don't forget that man was here in Oyo State. Dr. Agboke was here in Oyo State and gave us credible election in Oyo State. And that's a man that is known to everybody who lives above board. But because some party could not buy that man, then they wrote a petition against him, and the man has been transferred to Ondo State. I tell you, when they are about having an election in Ondo State, they will transfer him again, because that's a man that they can hardly buy. So we are now going to see what is going to happen in Osun State with somebody who is going to replace that man. We want to see what is happening. So when people say that man should be, the INEC chairman should be probed, it's one of these things that make people talk like that. So I support those who say it should be probed, and let him be probed.
All right, Domoshebi Akoni on Facebook says, good morning, presenter and analyst. We thank God President Tinubu's fate concerning 2027 election is not in the hands of radio presenters, biased analysts, nor beta radio callers, not even 36 states and 774 local governments. Mr. Femi, I don't think we've ever said, or you've ever said, the president's fate is in the hands of, is in your hands or any other hands for that matter.
There is a way we will know the data boys, those who are given data by a particular party to attack speakers on radio. So when you see data boys, you identify them. So I have only one vote, just like every Nigerian. So nobody's fate is in anybody's hand. It's in the hands of the electorate, and they will decide who governs the country. But any data boy should not disturb us on our airwave.
All right, we have to go now. Thank you very much, Mr. Femi.
Thank you for having me.
For the analysis this morning. The Papers Review returns tomorrow. That's at 6:30 a.m. My name is Kenny Durotilu. Good morning. The Smart Kid Show is up next.